Good afternoon, respected Principal Ma'am, and a warm welcome to all the parents who spared time to attend this interaction session. Times are very difficult today, times are uncertain. Our faith is shaken, many of us have lost loved ones. Each one of us are struggling to stay afloat amidst this pandemic, trying to keep ourselves positive and keeping that fighting spirit within us alive. It is this optimism that will pull us through, and we would be able to tell ourselves and others, this too shall pass. There is one more thing that keeps all of us going, giving us that strength to fight against all odds, and that is prayer. With the prayer of once again living in a world where we are free and happy, let us all listen to this prayer song.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः.
I would now request our Principal Ma'am to kindly begin with the interaction.
Good afternoon, Namaskar, dear parents. May I please request you that this session is for parents only, and I can see many young students who are sitting with their parents. I would request you to kindly tell your children to be in another room while the session is in progress. We'll have many more meetings with students. We have conversation classes, but this is an adult forum, and I request you to please tell your children to be in another room. My second request is for you to all put your cameras on so I may see you, so that I may see you while having this conversation with you, because it's very difficult to speak to a screen. So may I request you to kindly put your cameras on so that we can see each other while this conversation progresses. So at the very outset, I would like to greet you because many of you are new to the middle school. You have been with us in the junior school as parents of students in class 5. Many of you who are logged in today are parents of those in class 7 who've newly come up to a new class. And I welcome everybody to this forum. It has been a very difficult and stressful time for us all. But at the outset, I would like to express my gratitude and reaffirm the words of the prayer that we just heard. And the prayer is one for peace, for Shanti, for us all. As mentioned by Ms. Sujana Ghosh, many teachers, many students have lost their loved ones during this time of the pandemic that rages relentlessly around us. When this session began, I had really hoped that by the time it was July or August, we would be ready to welcome our students on campus. The board exams had been planned, the senior students' return had been planned, but all plans have been gone awry in our concern for safety, in our concern for keeping distances, even while we progress with all curricular and extracurricular events online. So I'm thankful to technology and thankful for all the blessings that we have received that has kept us connected despite the ordeals that we have faced. And I would first like all the teachers, our faculty, to send out claps to the parents and the children who have supported us thus far. So if we can all share emojis to salute your spirit, because we couldn't have conducted our online classes, we couldn't have come this far without your support. So we are really grateful for the fact that parents are with us every step of the way, and our dear children, how they have adapted. We could never imagine that we could have classes without four walls and a blackboard and a school campus. But today we have achieved the extraordinary because of the support of our children, our teachers, and the adaptability that we have all shown. So, saluting the spirit, we move on with this session with hope in our hearts that things will become all right again and this too shall pass. So, over to you, parents. I request you now to raise hands and to speak to us. You may share your feedback, your comments, but keep your tone positive. As I say repeatedly, we have to be COVID negative, but positive in everything else that we do or say. So please be positive in your feedback, in your suggestions, in your comments, because a positive word from you keeps us motivated. We are also feeling the fatigue now because for us teachers too, it's not easy. We are balancing the home. Our school was also a release, a getaway for all of us. Many of us have had bereavements, we've lost parents, we've lost elderly members in the family. And so it's been very hard for us also to adapt. But like I said, together we've overcome many an odd, many a difficulty. So please stay with us and do now share your comments, your feedbacks, your suggestions, even a word of appreciation that will motivate us to strive on. So over to you, parents. While I mute myself, I request Boshundhara and Sujana ma'am to keep an eye on the raised hands, call out their names, and I wish for you to speak to me directly, for I will try to answer your queries if you have any, and bask in your warmth and appreciation for us to remain motivated for this session.
I think Miss Rajonna Chakraborty's mother has raised hands. If you could unmute yourself, please.
Good morning, teachers. Good morning, ma'am. And I have a little thing to say, to share, that is Rajonna and myself, we are COVID positive. We just got the report yesterday only. We are thankful to all the teachers who has supported Rajonna throughout the year and yet to come. I would just request all the teachers, she might not be able to do her classes for next few days as she's having fever continuously. So am I. So please excuse her, and we shall be very grateful if all the lessons and the studies which are going on continuously, we could get it from the teachers personally so that I can prepare her on the other side of the thing. It will be
So,
very kind if I can have this.
not at all, ma'am. So, the first thing is to you is to take care. Get well soon. Both you and your daughter, your health
Thank
comes
you, ma'am.
first. So, we admire your courage. Many of our teachers are also unwell and they are still pursuing the class,
I know,
but
I know.
that class keeps us a little normal. Can you hear me, everybody? Can
Hello.
I be heard? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am. We can hear you, ma'am. I can hear
Yes.
you, ma'am.
So I just wanted to tell you that you have our love, you have our affection, you have our support. We are all there with you, and just send us a mail whenever you can so that we put the attendance on record. We will of course not expect her to attend classes. We only have 2 more days left, and then the summer vacations are going to
Yeah,
follow.
ma'am.
The holiday homework, the syllabus, everything is there on the website, and the teachers will make a note, and we will definitely convey all lessons, all schedules, everything to you through the Google Class group that she is a member of. So let her later on check the Google Class group, and her friends also will help her. So we've made a note of
Thank
this,
you.
and you will get 100% cooperation. Whatever you need, we're all there with you, and she will not face any difficulty. So right now,
Thank you
please do
so much.
not uh, get her to attend any classes. Let her just rest, give her lots of water, take care of her,
Yes,
and we
ma'am.
are there with you to fight your battle with you and to help you all along. Not to worry, not to worry at all.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Next parent is Shojoritha Das's mother.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, teachers. Ma'am, I have two things to say. First is since last year, the chess club is not there. It has been removed. And swimming, badminton, dart, I think all these are not possible online. But chess is possible online. Ma'am, can we resume this chess club so that school can have a chess team also during
Yes,
this
ma'am.
pandemic?
Chess has resumed. Yes, chess has resumed. I think we had a club today. So I think we had a chess club today. So chess has resumed. Boshundara ma'am, if you can just add to that.
No,
I
chess
think we
club,
have not got
chess
any
club.
notice about that.
We are not having chess club. Chess club, the chess teacher is outsourced. So
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sorry. So the problem is that for chess, we'll try and renew the chess club, as you rightly said, from June. We'll try for that. So we will make a note of your suggestion. All other
Ma'am,
clubs have revived. So we will
ma'am,
try.
another thing I want to
Yes.
say, ma'am, as
Yes.
you said that few students are suffering nowadays and the rest, they are listening to the stories. So they are also having mental troubles, they can't express themselves. If there is one interactive session, at least once in a month with the counselor, ma'am, or maybe the class teacher, section wise, so that they all can speak their mind to the teacher, so that would be helpful to them to,
Absolutely. You will get both these things from June. So both chess as well as counseling sessions, free venting. We already have conversation classes. Are you aware? Conversation classes
yes,
have
ma'am. Yes,
started
ma'am. Yes,
where
ma'am.
the teachers are constantly talking. This is for venting. And we'll also have a peer group where the senior students will talk to the middle school so that freely they can share, because not always can they share with an adult or a teacher. So our senior student council will share freely with the middle school children about their problems, their worries, and together we will help them heal. So we are starting this initiative from June. Also today, please check in your WhatsApp groups. There is a app launched by CBSC called Dost, which is a CBSC app, beautiful app, which is accessible over the Android phone or iPhone, where CBSC is launching this counseling session for students. So just check that. Teachers will have sent it by 4 o'clock. You will get that app on your phone. So you need to download it. And therefore, you have this counseling service anytime, 24/7. We are available. And this is with the CBSE. It's called Dost. And we are sending it to you by 4 o'clock today.
Okay.
So
Thank
please
you so
keep
much,
an eye.
ma'am.
It's being sent to you today itself. Thank you so much for your suggestion.
Surabhi Keria's mother.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you, ma'am? I hope you're coping well during these tough times. It's a true blessing to have your support in this lockdown, ma'am. First, I would like to appreciate the conversation classes which has just started, where the children are able to speak their heart out instead of just studying for the rest of the classes. They do enjoy that, but the conversation classes are hit because I even love to listen to the chit chats, to be honest. Secondly, I would appreciate the new thing that has started in the maths class. That is, as they are completing a topic, they are being given a Google form, which they have to do within the 10-minute slot during online classes, which in fact is so helpful for my child to in a way to see that how well he has learned his lessons and to prepare further. I hope that this thing continues in other subjects too. uh, I know teachers are, few of the teachers are not well. I hope they get well soon. But still, we are getting regular updates without any fail from the school and the whole cooperation of all the subject teachers. Thank you so much, ma'am. At the end, I would like to just tell you that the schools are off, but our children didn't stop learning. It is just because of your team and you, principal, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. You know, this kind of feedback really motivates us because constantly we are also away from our children. And this is not the kind of life that we had prepared for. Our profession was one where we could meet the children regularly and they were our oxygen. So I'm really happy that you're happy with the facilities that we are extending. And as far as the Google form, that is supposed to be for all subjects. So the HODs are here, they are listening, and this is our exit ticket. Boshundara ma'am, you know that this is our plan. You know that after we finish a topic, We are supposed to give some kind of an assessment or a feedback, which is the exit ticket for the student, which means that he has learned this concept well and he can now or she can now move on to the next one. So we will sustain this practice not only for math, but gradually you will see it is there for all subjects, because that is the way we are going to measure the learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Uh,
ma'am. And one
uh,
more, ma'am,
if
can
I
I add something?
if I may just put in 1 minute. So in other subjects, as and when the chapters and the topics will be completed, this process will be followed. Has been
Yeah.
discussed and this has been set for all.
Thank you, ma'am. And even I would like to add that the various online competitions that you are being held by your school and other schools where they are participating, it is like a very good platform for our children, especially during this lockdown, to learn something new. Please do continue. I am really thankful for that, ma'am.
Yes, we will be continuing because children need that. They need that healthy competition and they need to interact with each other. So, slowly you'll see we'll be structuring a lot of things because we were also not prepared for the second wave. We had really thought that we will meet on campus. But now that we know that we will not be meeting in a hurry, lot of new things you will see from June, which will help to keep the children engaged, happy, and healthy. So please bear with us, and by June you will see lot of new things will be added for the children to be kept engaged in a holistic, in a healthy, engaging manner. Thank you.
Ayush Mondol's father.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. First of all, I want to take this opportunity, ma'am, to thank the entire MBWA team. The wonderful job that you and your entire team is doing, especially in this hard time, ma'am. It's really commendable. So I just want to give a clap to the entire MBWA family. You are doing awesome job, ma'am, because 1 year back or more than 1 year back when we suddenly got a stop in the entire life and we had to shift into this. I mean, I never thought that this transition from offline to online will be so smooth. Uh, it was excellent, ma'am, and the way, because I have one child, and I know for to maintain one child, to keep him busy and keep him doing things, how much time and effort it takes. And yeah, ma'ams and teachers, they are handling like 30, 35 kids at a time, and they are doing wonderful job. I get to hear the classes because my son is always doing online classes, so it's great, ma'am. So I really appreciate all the work being done by all the faculty members, and other members as well, ma'am.
Thank you
Ma'am,
so much.
yeah,
Please carry on. Please carry on.
yeah, ma'am. Couple of points I wanted to just bring it up to your notice. You may want to consider it. So my son is in class 6. So I see that the number of periods that they have, right? The number of subjects, it's not more, but the time that they are spending in the online classes are quite extensive, right? So it is, there are a couple of concerns that I have, that they are having more screen times, if you think about it, right? So can we reduce the screen time? Can we squeeze their classes a little bit so that they can start early and they can finish early the day? Okay. Otherwise, the more than half of their days are going in a screen time. So which I think personally that this may be a long-term effect in their eyes and health if you do that. So if you can consider squeezing their timelines of the classes and make it shorter for class 6, so that will be helpful, ma'am. Okay.
So again, we're considering this already, and in the month of June, we'll be reducing the gaps between
Okay.
the periods, and we'll have 5 academic periods every day, but we'll shorten the gaps. But some gaps are essential in between because teachers are also doubling up and they're in senior school and then they cross over and they come to middle school. So that little bit of transition time is required for all of us because you realize, sir, that when the children are in school, they also have a little off time in between where they are naughty. So they eat their tiffin and they get into conversation with friends, or they go to a library, or they go to a laboratory Right now, all that is gone. So they're also cooped up and they're only looking at the screen. So we will try to pack in, the classes a little bit shorter intervals, not with more than, let's say, 15-20 minute intervals in between. We're already working on it. And from the month of June, you will see an improved timetable where we'll try to integrate everything and keep it short so that it doesn't spill over to, let's say, more than the school duration, packing in all the extracurriculars and everything else that they're doing. So we'll try and reduce that and make it more compact for both teachers and students. So we'll be looking into that. Of
Absolutely,
course,
ma'am.
we will.
Yeah, it's definitely it needs to be, in according to your time schedule as well. But yeah, so if you can consider it, that will be excellent, ma'am. I really appreciate it for that. And the second thing, I think another parent talked about it. I just want to touch upon again that about the mental health of the child. If you can do some kind of a meditation, class along, because I know they are doing yoga already. So if you can add any meditation activities along with that, that will help their mental health, because sometimes they are just driving us, so crazy in the day.
I 100% I agree, 100%.
So
And that too also, for all the, what we've planned is I'll share with you very openly that from June, we'll be reducing the KK and the PT and all of that, and we'll bring it down to twice a month.
okay.
Okay. And it will be called Health and Physical Education, HPE, as per the CBSE mandate. So we'll club it together so that it's not separate. And in those classes, the focus will be on meditation, yoga, therapy, and also counselor session. So even in the life skills classes, we'll get the counselor. Also, I did tell you about the CBSE app, which is called Dost, which you must download on your phones and consult. But more than that, feel free to approach the counselor. The email ID has been shared with you. The counselor is always available. And if you want a separate session, apart from the group sessions that we are having through life skills, through conversation, in the meditation sessions from June, separate sessions can also be planned for one-to-one, maybe one parent or two parents or three parents or five parents with five children, because then the counselor can also give better attention. So please write to the counselor, copy me in, and we'll be happy to have you connected so that you can have those sessions. So please go ahead and do that. We are there with you to increase the mental health concerns and awareness and focus in all our classes. I've also told teachers who are there with me today listening that in conversation or in class teachers periods, you must bring in motivational talks, little pictures that will make them happier, get them back in focus. Meditation is a must for all of us. So we will do all that we can to improve that from June onwards. We will. That's our
Okay.
focus.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. That's all
Priyanshi,
from my side. Yeah.
Priyanshi Kharkia's mother, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am, and all the teachers. Thank you for your support, ma'am. Without you all, it wasn't possible to see the children's, ma'am. Very thankful to all the teachers.
So grateful to hear this from you. And I just wanted parents to
Yes, ma'am.
understand. Yesterday, I was checking with others who have children. I have family in schools. But this is very rare because you see, parents, you just told me that teachers are dealing with 30 or 35 or more. Well, I'm dealing with
No, ma'am.
4,000 parents.
Exactly.
And I'm logging in every day just to hear from you. It's not easy. So for me, I'm
Yes.
single and here alone. But every day now in the afternoon, I'm logging in with parents because I want to hear from you and I want you to hear from me. And together with this bridge, I think we can scale and cross any river, any ocean, however troubled it may be. So let's keep this communication open. Let's keep these bridges open. And I'm sure together we can scale mountains and things will be better once again. So just have that little sensitivity that we are trying. And like I said, as principal, we are putting everything in motion, in action. We are following up. And also now I've started logging in with parents. We will sustain this. So you'll see in the planner, in the school almanac, which is there on the website, we have planned for community outreach. And my community is you. You parents are my community. So we will have more sessions during the course of the academic session where we can talk, where we can do community projects together, where we can build bridges, and our children also know that we are connected. So that is a very important message to go to our children, that both parents and teachers are on the same side and both are working for the welfare of the young ones. So that's the message I wanted to share with you, because every day now I'm connecting with parents. So I'm thankful and grateful for your support always.
Ma'am, I had two more queries. Ma'am, one is they have German. Ma'am, they have third language as German as well as Bengali. And the German class they have with class 6 to 8. So matlab it is matlab they are learning from basic to till the class 8 level. So it is quite confusing for them to attend the classes. And in matlab most of the classes there are 8 to 10 children or 15 children. Matlab no one is interested to do the class, German class. So kindly see to it matlab what is their exact third languages.
Sorry, we don't have German anymore. There's no more German. We've done away with it since the pandemic, because I can't keep
Ma'am, we
tabs
don't know,
with
but the children are still continuing with the German class, class 7A, ma'am, kinder uni class.
Ma'am, may I just speak? Ma'am, it is a free class that has been availed to us. If we want a choice given, then we can learn that. It's not a compulsory class from school, ma'am. So we are doing from our own will.
And it is being sent from Max Muller Bhavan. We are not into it, ma'am.
We are not into it because the school cannot. I cannot keep tabs because they are not my own teachers. So I cannot, have any control or influence over that class. So we've done away with it because I don't have that support.
Ma'am.
None of my teachers are trained. So I cannot give you a German option for third language. So that's not
because they are continuing with it now. That is why I wanted to confirm that whether
if I may clarify this to you, ma'am. Here the message, the mail is being sent from Kinder Uni, that is from Max Muller Bhavan. It is being directly sent to the child. If you are interested, you attend. If you are not interested, it is completely optional for you. The school is not into this, ma'am.
Okay.
So we have to send a message.
Ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
We'll send a message out that this is nothing to do with the school. This is something that Max Muller is continuing because they were learning earlier. School has nothing to do with it. We are not offering. We just offer Hindi and Bengali. Nothing else now. Third language. Because I don't have the support. I cannot do it. I'm not being able to handle it with the pandemic. Earlier, the teachers would come to campus. I would talk to them, meet them. But now, if they are outsourced, I don't know them, which is why I don't want to do something where I'm not confident. I'm not confident about outsiders, which is why we are not engaging with German and French at the moment. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you for your all cooperation, ma'am. Thank you all the teachers.
I would request Devangani Chakraborty's mother to kindly.
Yeah, namaskar ma'am, namaskar all the teachers, and a very good afternoon. First of all, I really appreciate all the efforts which all the teachers and principal ma'am and everybody is taking for taking care of our children every day. And most of the points which I had thought has been already touched by other parents, but only I would like to add two things. One is I am a newly transitioned parent from the junior to the middle school. So I am not clear about this detailed assessment. So if it can be a little more explained, that exactly what is detailed assessment which has been shared in that parent orientation.
So Boshundara, if you can let our coordinator clarify it. She'll just clarify it in a bit, in short, and you can also set up a private appointment with her to understand it better. But she will just give it to you in a nutshell right now.
No problem.
Detailed assessment DA, this is a tie-up that we have with educational initiatives. Till class 5, the children have been doing MindSpark. So this is the same institute, the same body with whom we have tied up for detailed assessment. So detailed assessment, basically it is a chapter-based, topic-based assessment where the focus is on the analytical skill and the application skill and problem solving skills. So topic wise, the questions are mapped as per the topic, as per the chapters which are being covered, and then assessment is going to be conducted online, which is either MCQs, purely mostly MCQs, but those MCQs are application based or analytical based.
So this assessment is as per the new education policy vision, where we are trying to get our children to think for themselves, to build skill sets, to build problem solving abilities, but it is all mapped with the syllabus. There's nothing outside the syllabus. So whatever topic is being taught, instead of the teacher setting the paper, the detailed assessment paper is sent to us by educational initiatives. We moderate the paper. So if we see something which is too difficult or something that we see is out of the syllabus, the teacher will change that. And these grades will be taken for their periodicals. That is why DA, it is together. We've combined it. So it is not as if DA is separate and periodical or unit will be separate. So it will be merged. And the same grade will be carried forward because it is competency building application based questions which are there to help the children learn to think for themselves. So that is called the detailed assessment. So as
And
the
we
time goes and closer to the date, the teachers will explain more clearly. For now, it is all mapped with the syllabus. There is nothing which is from outside. But the questions will be application and thought provoking. Okay.
and here we are having it for 3 subjects, that is English, mathematics, and science. So this is going to be a part of our assessment.
Okay, thank you so much.
I would request Hriday Sidani's mother for a question.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, all the teachers. Thank you so much, first of all, for all the cooperation which you are giving it to us. I personally want to thank each and every teacher of Hriday's class because in the first wave of COVID, Hriday was also suffering from COVID, and he was quarantined alone in the room. But he had coped up with the situation very well, just because of all the teachers supporting him so very well, that he used to conduct all his classes and he used to keep himself busy for almost half of the day. And that was the reason he forgot that what he was going through. So first of all, thank you so much for all these cooperation which we got from you. Even now and previously also, when he was suffering from problems which I had discussed with vice principal ma'am. So I'm very grateful to be associated with such a school who keeps students as their priorities and takes into account all the problems which they are facing.
They are our children, ma'am. They are not your children anymore. They are our children. My only
Yeah, we
regret,
can truly
they
feel
really
that,
are,
ma'am.
but I just feel bad that we've not been able to see them on campus, and especially the boys. The senior boys have now climbed up to class 8, and we've not met them at all. And very soon they'll be in class 9. And when I see them online, when I meet them, they're really sprouting little mustache and little beard, and they're all becoming like little men almost, and so tall they've become. Their voices have changed, and I feel so sad that we've not met them on campus. So they really are children, and sometimes we may scold them, but we do that from the goodness of our heart and all the right intentions. So thank you for your trust. Thank you for your faith in us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, and the one more query I had. All of a sudden from German they have shifted to Bengali. So if we can just have more of a Bengali, at least one more Bengali class for them, because they are finding it really very tough to cope up with Bengali.
We will surely do that. We will surely make a note. So we will have a discussion regarding our timetable. As I told you, that we will be tweaking the timetable. So we will surely include that extra class if you want it. No problem. No problem.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
No problem.
I would request Shorish Boshak's parents.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. And first of all, I'd like to thank all the teachers. You are doing an excellent job. In fact, you also have problems at home. Among that, you are doing an excellent job. I want to thank each and every teacher. I have just 2 points to tell you. Number one, that students are actually engrossed in the screen for such a long time. So if the teachers can implement some sort of an eye exercise, maybe 1 or 2 minutes every class, I think that will be helpful for the children. So this is just a proposal. If you can implement it, it would be nice for the teachers.
So of course, when we do the meditation, we can bear into mind, and parents also at the end of the day do tell them to step out and go to the terrace for a walk if you have a little, or even a plant that they can nurture. So when they look at some greenery, it's a release, it's a respite, because we are trying from our end, but when we have a large group and discipline in the class becomes an issue also, but we will try. Nevertheless, you also please try from your end. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Another thing is that, ma'am, Shorish could not, for Shorish, I could not get the Hindi book, Hindi grammar book, a third language. Okay. So if that can be put up in the classroom as a PDF, that would be of very helpful.
that.
Otherwise, if you can direct me where I can get it, that would be
Fine. So we'll make a note of that, and we'll try and see if we can upload the PDF version that everybody can have access to.
that would be nice. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Please take care of yourself, ma'am, and everybody. Thank you.
Nilanjana Basu, if you could unmute yourself, ask your question. Yes, ma'am, you are unmuted. You could speak.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank you, everyone, because you all are doing an excellent job. Am I audible, ma'am? Can you hear me, ma'am? Okay, fine. I have just one thing to tell you, ma'am. For Aishi specifically, she is missing her karate classes very much. So, can you, ma'am, resume this karate class?
No, ma'am, not for the moment, because like I said, I feel a little shaky about exposing my children to teachers who are not with us full time. They are outsourced. And they keep changing their instructor, because right now they're all scattered. When they would come to school, I could keep an eye on them and the same instructors would come. But I'm sorry, I will not open the online class to anybody who's not connected directly with the school and is not answerable to me, because this is a very dangerous platform and I want us to be safe. So just bear with us. I will not reopen the karate classes because it's an outsourced team. And therefore, I will have to wait till the session resumes. But I'm sure she can have her own personal session online on YouTube. There are lots and lots of martial arts videos that are there, and she can learn. So many people are learning on their own. But I will not be able to resume the karate classes till such time that we are back on campus, because it'll be another worry for me, because these teachers are not part of my roster. They are outsourced. So right now, I don't want to take on that extra worry. Okay?
Okay, got it, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Got it. Thank you, ma'am.
Bhavya Sarda's parents, if you could kindly unmute yourself.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am, and all other parents.
Good afternoon.
I just want,
carry on.
Yeah, I wanted to tell ma'am that as in this pandemic era, we are all communicating online, but I am facing a problem with my child that when he starts studying with his mobile and pad, then till a long period he does not remove his mobile from his hand, because when there is a break, the mobile is so influential that he starts opening other apps on the mobile for YouTube and for other Google search, and this continuity goes on, and the whole break time also she's on the screen, and at the study time she's on the screen. So I wanted you, if the break time can be reduced, because the influence of these gadgets is so much that if we want to explain them that don't use them anymore.
So I think we've addressed this already, and I did tell you that in the month of June, we will be reducing the gaps so that the classes, the duration can be finished quickly, but I have to keep them engaged till the school hours. This is my management mandate. I can't give them off at 12 o'clock. I just cannot. So we have to keep them engaged till 2 or 2:30. But some rules you will also have to make, because parents have to have an influence over the children, and you have to study the timetable and see that this is your class time, this is your break time. During break, you don't have your phone or your tab with you, and if you need the counselor support, we are there. If you need my support, I can talk to your son also. We can set up a meeting and I can counsel him as well. But we will try to reduce the gaps, but not to such an extent that the classes are over from 8:30 in the morning to 12 and they are free. I cannot let that happen. And I'll tell you why. Because maybe you are there at home to supervise. There are many children whose parents are not home, or they are not wise enough to supervise or guide the children. That is where we teachers come in. So for the holistic grooming guidance, we have to be with the children. And when to use the phone and when not to use the phone and what to browse and what not to browse, this is something you will have to set rules in your house. So you have to be firm when it comes to the use of gadgets. So together we'll have to handle this problem.
I understand your point, ma'am, but if it cannot be completed till 3:30, or it cannot be completed by 12, but it can started 1 hour later and completed 1 hour earlier. Then
We have
also
taken
2 hours
your
we can.
suggestion. Mr. Sarda, we have taken your suggestion. I've already replied to this, saying that in the month of June, you will see a tighter, more compact timetable. So we will start by 8:45 or 9 o'clock, and we will try to complete early. So I've already told that to you, that we will not start at 9:40 like we were doing. We will start by 8:45 or 9 o'clock, and we will pack in the classes with very few gaps in between. I said maximum gap of 20 minutes in between because we need that gap. And then we try and conclude as quickly as possible. So please wait till June till we can make the timetable afresh.
And if you are preparing for a new system or routine or timetable, you can. I have seen that people are studying on Teams.
Well, sir, this is something that the school policy, we'll have to, not all your suggestions we can take, but we can explore and see what is viable. Because
Yes,
suddenly
I just wanted to explore. If you can explore it, please.
I, as a
Please
school
do.
leader, know about Teams, but the financial commitment, the engagement, all that afresh, we'll have to rework.
Definitely. That's a final decision is yours. It's yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for your cooperation and listening.
I don't think there are any more parents who wish to ask anything.
Vinisa Guha.
Huh?
Vinisa Guha.
She's not, yes, Vinisha Guha's mom. Yes.
Ma'am Adri Tiwari.
Please keep your hand raised, ma'am, then we'll come to know. Just keep it digitally on Zoom.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Vinisha Guha's mother. Thank you to all the teachers for the efforts you are putting in. And Vinisha, she is a new admission in your school. She has joined in this session only. But in a short span of time, I could see that she is very comfortable with the teachers and also coping very nice with all the teachers. Thanks to all of you for your support. There is only one query, ma'am, that we have received her GK book, general knowledge book, but in the routine we have seen that there is no GK class. So is there any like provisions that you can have a GK class?
So her GK will be taken care of in life skills. As you know, life skills is about awareness. Life skills is how to deal with life, how to be aware about things around you. So when I take the interview, normally I see children, and today even parents, they don't read the newspaper. So they're not very aware, children especially, of what's going on around them. So GK will have to be integrated in the life skills classes. So session has just begun. As soon as the library and the life skills classes begin, you will see that the GK book is being addressed. So Boshandara ma'am, you know that you've made a note that life skills, syllabus,
Life
and even
skill, we will be weaving in GK along with that.
That's
Is
what
there
we
in the
always
plan.
do. Life skills always incorporates GK. So they will also be assessed. They will be taken through the book, and also a lot of things which is happening around them will be discussed in the life skills, in the conversation, but primarily in the life skills classes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Also, I just wanted to mention that we'll have a separate session with all new students in June. So that will be a session with me. So I want to meet all my new children. So I will be engaging with them separately, students and me who are newly admitted to Mahadevi Birla World Academy. Conversation classes also, 2 sections. I've already joined class 6. So I don't know whether your children have told you or not. I was very excited One was Monali Biswas's class and one was Ranjani ma'am's class. 2 classes I attended, and I had a lovely time chatting with your children of class 6. So conversation also I'll be attending from time to time.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay,
Adri
that's all
Tiwari,
from me.
mother, kindly unmute yourself, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, all the teachers and parents. Ma'am, first of all, I would like to thank to all of you. You all are really working very hard. I know online teaching is much more difficult than teaching in a school. So it is really very good to keep students engaged. They are means hiding themselves. They are not studying sometimes properly. I know that. But yes, this is really very encouraging for them. Thank you all for your hard work. I really appreciate. I have no complaints, nothing. But just ma'am, I have just 2 to 3 suggestions. That last year in class 6, when projects were given to all the students, actually projects were like in such a manner that we all parents have to involve so much. But I want projects should be like making PPTs and writing something so that.
Just wait, ma'am. The whole focus has changed. So please wait. And the project work will no longer involve you. You will not be able to make it at all. So the project work is going to be very interesting, and it's not called projects at all this time. So
Okay.
it's called activity module, which they have to do, and they will do it in class. It'll be
Okay,
group
ma'am.
work they will do with the teacher. So you needn't worry. I don't want uncles, fathers, mothers, brothers, everybody doing the project work. So we have taken
Yes,
great
ma'am.
care. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Actually, because our involvement is more than the children involvement. Because I want them to involve fully.
There's no question. So when you see the holiday homework also, you'll realize there are no files and drawings and things anymore. So when you see that, you will realize it, that the whole focus changes in the middle school, and I am there with you. So there's nothing to worry on that count.
And ma'am, I would request also that when there is a PT and yoga class, it should be held in the morning. Because after that means the child takes his breakfast and then lunch.
I know, ma'am, but the coaches are also all over the place because everybody wants it in the morning. And like I
Yes.
said, I have 3,000 plus children and I have limited coaches. So we'll have to balance it. That's not something that I can order. It's not a pre-order meal. So we'll have to, shift and balance the workload so that everybody is accommodated. Okay. We've heard you, 2 suggestions from you we've heard. So when we balance the timetable, Mrs. Bhattacharya, we will have to see that few morning classes can be given to the middle school, few to the junior and few to the senior. Because everybody wants a morning class when it comes to
Yes,
PT.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But I can't give everybody a morning class. So we'll have to distribute it evenly so that everybody gets some morning classes. And anyway,
And
we're
then
reducing
one more suggestion that
one suggestion or 2 suggestions is enough per parent because overload ho ja raha hai na suggestion ka.
no, ma'am. It just like students should be given at least mean in 2 weeks only. At least once they should be asked to draw something or sketch something. Actually, they are not drawing. They are drawing the diagrams of projects, means science work, biology, chemistry, and
actually BPA has art, so they will be asked to draw only if they've taken art. You see, BPA is a subject, visual performing arts. So who will ask them to draw, ma'am? You ask them to draw at home. Sit down and draw
No,
with
ma'am.
them. They'll enjoy
They
it.
don't listen actually.
So,
And from the
do all
teacher
your work
side,
for
I
you,
can
ma'am.
see when teacher asks, they get that
कुछ तो आपको भी
encouragement.
करना होगा ना.
When teachers ask, they get the encouragement. They have.
But he has to. You have to understand what he chosen.
No, ma'am. He has chosen keyboard.
So that's why he doesn't have art. If he has art, he would be given an opportunity to draw because he can only take one BPA.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Agarwal's hand raised.
There's Alam.
Yes, ma'am.
Swati Agarwal, I can see one name.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think we'll take one more. We'll take one more and then we call it a wrap.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm the Swati Agarwal, mother of Swastika Gupta. So first of all, I'd like to applaud you, Principal Ma'am, and the entire team for coping up with this situation so well and shifting over to this online platform in such a well manner. I have just one thing in mind. Like in class 5, I saw that the children were studying in the last moment. So if we could have a webcam during the periodicals and the tests, over which they like an invigilation could be done for the students. I think that would be helpful.
Yes, school invigilation will happen. This is senior and middle. So middle and senior, there is no assessment without invigilation. So all teachers will be there for invigilation. Okay. You have to have your camera on, children and teachers will. So if we can have offline, if things are better, we will try for offline exams. If things are not better, then assessments will all be with invigilation, with teachers proctoring the students through the camera. Nothing without the camera in the middle school.
Thank you, ma'am. That's helpful.
Ma'am, this is Payal Chatterjee. I'm sorry to interfere here. I know you said this is the last question. This is Alankrita Chatterjee's mother. Can I just have one moment of yours, please?
Of course, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
so thank you so much for this this particular session. It was really needed. And thanks a lot for your, I know all of us, we are going through a very tough time, but this online classes are actually getting us going, and the kids also. I have only, I think everybody has told a lot many things. I don't have so many things to share, but only one thing I'd like to have. I think you already touched on that, about the mentorship thing, because the kids are at home. Basically, I am having two kids. One is the junior section and the is in middle section. Middle section are they're growing now. They're becoming quieter, apart from earlier. They're like doing everything on their own. They're speaking less. They're sharing things but speaking less. Yeah, so as you said, like there can be a mentorship program with the senior girls. It is very much required, so that 10 girls to one senior, so that they can make one presentation in a month where they can do anything. It can be a fun thing for them to speak, to do singing maybe, or learning.
We were waiting for the student council to be formed. The student
Yeah,
council has
yeah.
been formed now for years, and slowly they will be leading. Just like last time, they organized a beautiful fest.
Yeah.
The internal fest, which the senior school girls conducted. This time also they'll sustain, and they will also be actively mentoring and counseling. Don't worry,
Yeah.
just give us some
Yeah.
time, and things
Sure,
will fall.
sure. Thank you so much, fam. Thanks a lot for taking this question. Thanks a lot.
Ma'am, there are two lovely feedbacks in the chat box. Would you like me to read it out?
Yes, ma'am, please. And then if we can wrap up with the beautiful presentation, I would just like to add here that, dear parents, you were speaking about student mentoring. My senior girls from class 12 have made a beautiful infographic presentation, and some parent talked about project. Well, this is the kind of project that we will give them, making infographics using Canva, using ThinkLink, using the various apps to create presentations, pictures. So senior students have made one such for you, how to keep mental health intact during COVID times. And they really wanted me to share this with you. So I will share this with you after Ms. Ghosh reads out the feedback. And there's also a lovely song and dance sequence that our teachers have prepared for you as a tribute to all to keep safe and to stay positive during these difficult times. So, Ms. Ghosh, if you can read out the feedback, and then we will take them through these two beautiful presentations.
Yes, ma'am. So this is from Ms. Samreen Rafiq, who's the mother of Alishba Fatima of 6E. And she says, good evening, Principal Ma'am and all my dear teachers. Would like to thank you for the hard work and the innovative ways that you all are adopting to teach our children, hence teaching them new apps and making them more and more aware technically, which goes to justify learning by doing. Thank you so much. We have another feedback from Hemang Mishka Kochar. She says, good evening, Principal Ma'am and teachers. Thank you everyone from the bottom of my heart for hard work due to this pandemic time. We loved the theme, learning by doing. Thank you. And there's a last one from Komal Kakkar. Good evening to Principal Ma'am and all teachers. Thank you for all your support and help in these tough COVID times. All teachers are lovely and very, very, very helpful to us. Thank you so, so much, teachers.
And we also show our love to our children and our support to our parents by the emojis that we use in our classrooms. So all teachers, if we can just share an emoji, teachers for the parents and for the children who we teach and we miss seeing on campus. So Jana ma'am, if we can enable the screen sharing for the infographic and the last presentation by us teachers for our parents.
And I would request Deblina ma'am to kindly share the video on COVID awareness.
Ma'am, I'm little late. Can I share my suggestion?
Please email it to us, sir. Please email it to us.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
If we could have the concluding song. But before that, I would just like to take this opportunity to offer immense gratitude to all the parents today who attended the interaction. And our school has always wanted to stay connected with parents and keep all parents informed of all our new initiatives and visions. So thank you for having that faith and trust in us. And heartfelt gratitude to Principal Ma'am for this novel idea to stay connected and also spare her valuable time with us. So please stay safe, healthy, and happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good morning, everyone. The pandemic has changed our lives. We are fighting our way out through it every single moment. Hope can be a powerful force, especially in difficult times. Today, the deadly coronavirus has changed the lives of millions of people. At this juncture, we can only be hopeful that the things will be fine soon. Many who are locked at home, the ones who are working day in and day out to help prevent the spread of the virus, need the reassurance and the hope that we will soon have a better tomorrow. Or we can say, we shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. मुश्किलों की इस घड़ी में हौसले जो हो बुलंद हमारे, 100 तूफानों से टकराएंगे अपने विश्वास के सहारे। आने दो झरोके से उम्मीद की नई किरणों को, हवा खुशहाल बहेगी, कोशिशें रंग लाएगी। काली अंधियारी रात चीर कर सुबह की लाली छाएगी। हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। ओ मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन।
আমি ভয় করব না, ভয় করব না, দুবেলা মরার আগে মরবো না ভাই, মরবো না। তরিখানা বাইতে গেলে মাঝে মাঝে তুফান মেলে, তাই বলে হাল ছেড়ে দিয়ে ধরবো না, কান্নাকাটি ধরবো না।
আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয় নিশ্চয়। ও বুকের গভীরে আছে প্রত্যয়, আমরা করব জয় নিশ্চয়। shall overcome. हम होंगे कामयाब. আমরা করব জয় নিশ্চয়. Oh, deep in my heart पूरा है विश्वास. আমরা করব জয় নিশ্চয়.
So that was a wonderful video, an effort by all the teachers. Before we end, again, my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to all parents. Thank you, ma'am, for organizing this. Thank you to Mr. Ruya, who's present between us today. Thank you to our management, who always gives us the courage to go on, nevertheless, whatever the situation outside. Thank you so much, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you once again, parents. And this is just the beginning of a long-standing relationship of open communication and transparency. So we will connect again very soon, but you know that you can write to me over email if you have any queries, doubts, problems. We are there to assure you. We are there every step of the way. Thank you so much. I take your leave today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank